Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah. If we have not yet practiced together, I'm so glad that you have joined me for class today. I will be guiding you through a gentle, restorative practice. In this class, we will have the opportunity to connect with ourselves, to be with our breath, to notice how we are feeling. We will take some time to relax, allow the mind and the body to reset. The holiday season can be a very busy, chaotic, hectic time. There's a lot to do. There's obligations, there's parties, there's gatherings. So it is important in all of this to take some time for ourselves, to practice self-care, to find what feels good for us, to take a step back and to be sure that we are not saying yes to everything all the time, but that we are also taking time for ourselves. We are saying no to certain things so that we can say yes to ourselves. I really hope that you enjoy this class. If you do, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment letting me know how this class went for you. And you can also give this class the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And for practice, I would invite you to get some relaxing music going. Your favorite playlist. Not anything with lyrics, nothing with words, just some instrumental music would be really nice for this class. And if you would like, if you have some essential oils, you can get those going, maybe rub some on your wrists, or maybe you diffuse them in your diffuser if you have one. You can also light a candle, grab any pillows, any blankets. Make the atmosphere as comfortable and cozy as you can. Set the mood for class. You can pause this video in order to get anything that you need. And then press play once again when you are ready. We will begin in Shavasana, lying on our back. So take up as much space as you would like on your mat. You can bring the feet towards the top two corners of your mat. The arms can open up long next to your body, palms up or palms down. Make any adjustments to your body, to your position, so that you can start to settle in, so that you can get comfortable, and so that you can make the most of your time on your mat today. If it feels comfortable, and only if it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes. And I invite you here to simply be here as much as you can. Bring your focus back to this pose when your mind wanders off to other things. Come back to this moment. The intention here is to not do anything. Simply rest here on your mat in a comfortable position, allowing your body to feel heavy. allowing yourself to feel supported and nurtured here. And breathing in whatever way feels right for you. When you find that your mind wanders off, away from your practice, you can use your breath to bring yourself back to this present moment. Take 2 more breaths here. In your own time, begin to plant your feet down to the mat, bending the knees up towards the ceiling. And resting here for a little bit. Maybe you bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart, or both hands to your belly. Allow your back to rest down onto your mat. Both shoulders plant down. And your heart opens up towards the sky. If you have your hands on your belly, can you feel your belly rising as you inhale? And then feel your belly go back down towards the spine as you exhale. From here, let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Rest your arms along your body. So right ankle over the left thigh. And then gently allow the right knee to come away from you. You can stay here, or the left leg can come in towards your chest. Fingers can interlace around the left thigh. Very gently allowing the left leg to come a little bit closer in towards your chest. Staying in a very relaxed position here. So not forcing or pushing into anything. Allowing your body to soften into the shape. And if you have the left leg up, hands around the thigh, if you would like to lower the leg down, if that feels better for you, definitely do that. Always making sure that you feel good in the pose. Continue to allow yourself to soften a little bit more, enjoying this time in your figure 4 pose. Take a couple more breaths. Bring the left foot down to the mat if it was lifted up. Uncross the right ankle, placing the right foot back down. Rest here with your feet on the mat, knees up to the ceiling. Hands can be wherever you like them. Resting here for a few breaths. Know that there is nothing that you need to do right now. There is nowhere you need to be. Let's move on to the other side. Bring the left ankle over the right thigh. Gently allow the left knee to come away from your body, bringing it towards the top of your mat. You can stay here if this feels good, or you can bring the right thigh in towards your chest, interlacing your fingers around the right thigh. And very gently allowing the right leg to come closer towards your chest. Allow the right shin, the right heel to come towards the right thigh. So you're not feeling like you're having to hold it up in the air. Allow the head, the neck, and the shoulders to be very relaxed. Simply resting down onto your mat, feeling the support of your mat in this shape. make sure that you're not pulling or pushing or forcing your way into this pose. Everything is soft and gentle and loose. You're working towards allowing your shape or your expression of the pose to be what it is right now, rather than wanting to change it. Take a couple more breaths. Breathing however you like, using the nose or the mouth. Bring the right foot back down to the mat. If it was lifted up, release your left ankle, bringing the left foot down to the mat as well. Take one breath here. The feet planted, knees up to the ceiling. Make your way into a child's pose from here. So you'll roll over to one side, left or right, whatever you like. And then pushing yourself up with a helping hand, coming into a tabletop onto all fours. Hands and knees, and then we'll bring the big toes together. The knees can come farther apart, maybe even to mat distance apart, or they can come closer together, so they can even come to touch. So it's completely up to you. Rest your hips down onto your heels. Reach the arms out in front of you. Allow the elbows, the forearms to be resting down onto the mat. The forehead can be resting down as well if it reaches, and if it doesn't reach, maybe you grab a pillow or a folded blanket to rest your forehead on. And if your hips are high over your knees, you can place a pillow or a folded up blanket in between your shins and your thighs, allowing your hips to have something to rest down onto. If this feels like too much of a stretch, bring your knees closer together. Maybe even all the way to touch one another. And if you're looking for a little bit more in the pose, you can try bringing your knees farther away from one another. Notice how you are feeling.
How is your body feeling? And how is your mind feeling? How are you feeling physically? And how are you feeling emotionally? There are no right or wrong answers. There is no good or bad way to feel, physically or emotionally. We are just working towards noticing and observing, paying attention to how we are feeling. Take a couple more breaths in this shape. Come up into a tabletop position, hands and knees, and make your way up to stand at the top of your mat. We'll be moving into a forward fold from here. So bend the knees generously. Bring opposite hand to opposite elbow, hinging from the hips as you fold down over the legs. Allow the head to be super heavy here. So the legs do not need to be straight. I encourage you to have a very big bend in the knees. You can allow your torso and your chest to rest down over your thighs. You can sway, you can find movement, or find stillness. But as always, find what works for you and your body in this moment, knowing that that changes from moment to moment and day to day. Your feet can be closer together or farther apart. Maybe you try bringing your feet farther apart, maybe to mat distance apart, seeing how that feels. Staying there if that feels good, or bringing them closer together. And just coming into a position that feels good for you. Can you allow the upper body to become a little bit heavier over the legs? Allowing gravity to drape the upper body down towards the ground. Three more breaths here. From here, plant your hands down to the mat, bending your knees generously so that you can step one knee down and then the other, coming into a tabletop. Walking your hands forward, coming all the way down to your belly. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. The toes are untucked, so the tops of the feet are on the mat. From here, coming into Sphinx. So coming up onto the forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders. Press down into the forearms to lift your chest up. Allow the lower body to be very relaxed here as you press down into the upper body to find a little bit more lift. You can allow your head to drop down, or you can keep it lifted, chin parallel to the ground, gazing forward. And you always have the option to close your eyes. But if that is not comfortable for you, definitely you have the option to keep them open. Take 2 more breaths in your Sphinx. Good. Lower the chest down to the mat. Bring one hand over top of the other and rest your forehead down onto your hands. If you would like, you can bring your legs further apart if that feels good. Maybe to start off with in this pose, you can bend your knees and you take your legs from side to side, right to left. And then once you've done that a few times, and once you're ready, you can extend the legs out long, resting down onto your mat. Get settled into this shape. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. Last couple of breaths. Make your way from here onto your back You can simply roll over, or you can press yourself up and make your way onto your back. From there, it's up to you. And you're welcome to grab any pillows or blankets or anything else that you need to get settled into your Shavasana. Maybe a hoodie or a sweater, maybe an eye pillow. Maybe you put some socks on, get comfortable. You can pause the video if you need to and settle into your Shavasana when you are ready. As always, you can close your eyes or you can keep them open. Make any movements, make any adjustments that you need to so that you can get comfortable, so that you can settle in, making the most of these last moments of your practice. If you find that your mind is wandering off quite often, I invite you to use your breath to come back to your Shavasana, back to the pose that you are in, back to the present moment, right here and right now. Allow your body to soften down into this space just a little bit more.
Enjoy this time on your mat in your Shavasana. Spending this time with yourself. Stay here for as long as you would like, coming out of your Shavasana only when you feel ready. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I would love to hear any of your thoughts or feedback in the comment section of this video. If you did enjoy this practice, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe to my channel, and that way you won't miss out on any of my upcoming classes either. I hope you have a wonderful day. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.